very good morning. You're watching News9 with me, Akshita. Well, first up, the big story that we are tracking this hour, Cobra Post will address a press conference shortly in which they claim that the demolition of Babri Masjid on December 6, 1992 was not a case of an unruly mob going out of control. It says that these were false claims made by various Sangh Parivar activists. Cobra Post claims that it is the biggest conspiracy of all times by the various wings of the Sangh Parivar, executed with precision by trained volunteers. Cobra Post claims that top BJP leaders like L.K. Advani and the then UP Chief Minister Kalyan Singh, as well as the former Congress Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao, were aware of the planned demolition of Babri Masjid. Cobra Post is expected to address a press conference shortly in which they will be going ahead and playing the sting operation that they conducted as well, in which they have concluded that several senior politicians, the likes of L.K. Advani, P.V. Narasimha Rao, Kalyan Singh, Uma Bharti and the likes, were well aware that there was a demolition planned by Sangh Parivar groups. It wasn't merely a chaotic situation that led to the demolition. According to Cobra Post, according to this particular sting in which they have revealed the details, they claim that it was a planned operation with almost military precision. They claim that for 6 months almost planning for that very day had been taking place. For that very incident, several activists had been coming together. Well, this is the latest sting operation carried out by Cobra Post. Of course, anytime now they are expected to address a press conference in which they will go ahead and show that particular sting operation, which will explain exactly why they are going on to state that several people did know about the same. Taking you through exactly how the sting operation was carried out, we understand that a reporter posed as the author of the Ayodhya movement and travelled across the country to interview 25 persons who played a key role in the Ram Janambhoomi movement. And among those interviewed were prominent names in the movement like Sadavi Ridambhara, Jai Bhagwan Gol, Mahanta Avedhyanta and former Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister himself, Kalyan Singh. In fact, the sting claims to have evidence that Operation Janambhoomi assembled a team of 38 members of the Bajrang Dal called the Lakshman Sena, trained by former military officers to deliberately bring down the masjid, whose destruction was not in fact due to a spontaneous riot as it has been claimed in the past. The plan armed the Lakshman Sena grappling hooks and petrol bombs to bring the structure down, along with dynamite sticks as a backup plan. This is what the sting operation has gone on to state. Those interviewed apparently also claimed that the unsuccessful 1990 attempt and the resultant deaths in police shooting were welcomed by certain leaders who believed that unless some people died, the movement wouldn't pick up momentum. So it looks like all in all, it was a very, very well planned operation more than anything else. It seems like several people were in the fray, several people were in the dock, in the know of things, but nothing was done to stop this particular demolition that has gone down in history as a blot, as a black spot in India's cultural and secular past. But once again, pulling up the ghosts of December 6th, 1992, there the questions once again coming back in full flow as to what exactly took place, whether in fact it was a planned operation, whether several activists had come together and planned this all along, and that it wasn't as claimed a spontaneous riot, a spontaneous stampede due to the huge number of people that led to the demolition. According to this particular sting operation, the demolition was carried out with military precision, that several people, several members of different groups had come together to go ahead and carry out an attack on Babri Masjid, and it was planned all along as Operation Ram Janambhoomi. And what is worse, what could prove to be big trouble for several political leaders ahead of the elections is that their names have been dragged in. A senior BJP leader, L.K. Advani, who has in the past been accused of inciting these people from going ahead and doing the same with his several Rath Yatras and the likes. He has been named, besides which we're looking at Uma Bharti, Kalyan Singh and several other BJP leaders. And another name that has been dragged is that of the former Prime Minister, who is, remember, a congressman, P.V. Narasimha Rao. It is also understood that he was said to have played a supportive role more than anything else. But once again, of course, this will highlight this particular case, December 6th, 1992's Babri Masjid demolition. More than anything else, it once again brings to light the whole mystery around what took place, whether in fact it was a spontaneous incident, whether it was a stampede that led to the demolition, or one that was extensively planned to the point of precision, so that they even had a backup plan to ensure that nothing went wrong. There's no question, of course, that the findings of this particular sting operation will create a big headache for the BJP. What we have to, of course, highlight at this point is that this is merely a sting operation conducted by Cobra Post. Hence, we at News9 cannot go ahead and authenticate the kind of truth behind this particular story, whether in fact this is the real truth. We are, of course, bringing to light the sting operation conducted by Cobra Post, and hence we cannot give any sort of authentication with regard to the truth of this particular information. But Cobra Post has now come out with yet another sting operation, this time around on the Babri Masjid demolition. And of course, looking into what they have to say, they claim that one of their reporters posed as an author and spoke to prominent people who were involved in the demolition, and these were people who confirmed to the reporter that yes, it was very much planned, it was something that they wanted to do, and more than anything else, they see it as a matter of pride, with absolutely no sort of regret in their voices. They seem to claim that yes, they did it with planned precision, and of course in the know-how of things with several political leaders. Once again, we will have to highlight that we cannot authenticate or vouch for the truth behind these particular claims. It is based on a sting operation by Cobra Post, and Cobra Post, of course, is expected to hold a press conference shortly when they will go ahead and explain exactly what their sting operation was about, and of course with regard to their findings. But as of now, they have released several documents claiming that yes, Babri Masjid demolition was not a spontaneous affair. It was something that was very, very well planned and carefully meted out. This is the latest sting from Cobra Post coming in. They are expected to, of course, give more information on the same. But more than anything else, of course, this is definitely going to shake the political circles, and keeping in mind that the elections are just around the corner, with names like L.K. Advani, Kalyan Singh, Uma Bharti and several others being pulled in, the BJP may be in a spot of bother. But what is also shocking is that the report, this particular sting operation, also claims that the former Prime Minister, a congressman, P.V. Narasimha Rao, was also in the know-how of things. Once again, bringing back the ghosts of December 6th, 1992 there, we are looking at questions once again being raised as to what exactly took place on that day. Well, if in fact this is true, we can't, of course, vouch for the truth behind this particular claim by Cobra Post or the sting operation, but this will definitely send ripples through the political circles. My colleague Verghese joins us live from the newsroom with more information. Verghese, we are still awaiting the press conference to take place, but take us through what we do know about the sting operation as of now.
Well, Akshita, what we at present know is that Cobra Post associate editor K. Ashish went as an undercover would-be author, and he interviewed 23 people with regards to the Ram Janmabhoomi movement, and also with regards to the disputed structure at Ayodhya. And what we at present know from the Cobra Post, or what Cobra Post claims, is that he was able to in fact record conversations with the key 23 people who was involved in that movement, and these conversations have been highlighting that is what Cobra Post editors have been claiming, is that there was a foreknowledge that was there between the concerned leaders of 1992. When I say concerned leaders, it was the concerned leader of the movement. There was the prominent leader L.K. Advani, the Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao. So regarding what was going to happen to the structure at Ayodhya. So this is what this entire sting operation by Cobra Post is claiming, that there was foreknowledge with regards to what would occur to that structure. In fact, it also says that it was not a spontaneous movement, but rather a very calculated movement with planning ranging from running from years. In fact, there was a first attempt in 1990 against the disputed structure, and then there was a second attempt in 1992 when the disputed structure was pulled down. So this is what we have to understand at present, that this sting operation is trying to unearth and allegedly by Cobra Post, there's a lot of allegations against the 23 people that have been listed in this, and also there is what Cobra Post is alleging is that there was a conspiracy between the administrations during of that era, 1992. During that era, there was a conspiracy among the administrators of that era, and that is what these people are, from Cobra Post are vouching. But at News9 has no way gone for an independent conversation, confirmation with regards to this. So we do not vouch for the authenticity of this, but this is a sting operation that has been solely carried out by Cobra Post, Akshita.
Right, Burkis, thank you so much for joining us with all that information. But of course, the latest coming in from Cobra Post and their sting operation has reawakened the memories of that horrific day way back in 1992 on December 6th, the demolition of Babri Masjid, and it may not be caused by a stampede as it was claimed. It may not have been a spontaneous riot, but one that was very, very carefully and meticulously planned out.